I admit it, when the Logitech G Cloud was first announced, I was very puzzled by it. I mean, I kind of understood the concept of streaming, but for me, it was sort of like one of those things, those projects that you tinkered with that I didn't really feel like messing with. I just walk over to my, you know, high-end PC and play it there. So I didn't really get it, especially that high price point. But much like emulation itself, when my brother would constantly show me all these emulation machines in the aughts, and I didn't really care much about them at that time, the technology caught up. And so today we're going to take a look at, unbox, and get my first impressions on the Absolute 1X Pro. It just arrived. We never tried the original, and I've still to try a Logitech G Cloud. But my trusty Odin portal, my portal, has been my de facto streaming device since I got that, and it's gotten me really into the concept of streaming. And so I was excited to get something that was much thinner and that would actually maybe stream as good or not better than the Odin, although it doesn't have as good a screen, but we'll get to that. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode of our content. Anyways, let's dive in and take a look at the Absolute, ABXY Loop, ABXY, whatever, 1 Pro. This summer, sure, you could go see that guy that flies in the pajamas with the blue and red. What's his name? But why do that? Come see the best movie this summer. Come watch Captain Inevitable, the hero who, despite knowing he could do something, always says, oh, well, that's inevitable. Brought to you by Dead Fred Studios. So, no, wait, that's not a real comic book character, and I don't have a studio. Hey, Deadheads, welcome back to the channel. Or welcome to the channel for the first time, new Deadheads. Today, we're going to take a look at the just released Absolute Pro, a streaming handheld that promises to also do some pretty good emulation. So I joined the Kickstarter campaign and I ordered this, I think back in April or sometime like that. But the weird thing is that I never really got a tracking number. This thing kind of just showed up today. So that is kind of awesome. But let's take a look at the box. And as you can see here, the box is pretty generic, which is okay. I mean, Absolute is a smaller company. Now they've announced they're going to do their first PC handheld. So they're growing. They've got a bunch of controllers out like the S9 that we've tried. So this company is on the up and up. But the box here is, yeah, it's pretty plain. There's not much on it. If you look, kind of like a just plain Amazon box or a UPS box. But as we look around it, we do have the Absolute logo on this side. We do have our trusty seal to know that this was sealed. Now I've opened this obviously, but it was sealed when I got it. Not much else around the sides of it. We do have a little side thing here announcing that it's made in China along with some serial numbers. What's in the box? Absolute Cloud Gaming Console, a USB cable, instruction manual. And then on the back, we do have some more information here as well. And again, a very plain box, nothing exciting. But, you know, this was a Kickstarter. This is an up-and-coming company. So let's get this thing open and take it out. And we do see some nice foam padding here. Let's get the handheld out of the way. The first thing I notice is that it has a USB A to C cable. Now, that made me wonder, is this thing going to only be able to charge slowly or not? Well, that's not the case. So they did give you this charger. It's USB A to C. Would have liked to see the C to C, but what can I say? We then have the manual, and taking the manual out and looking at the manual, this is a pretty decent manual. It is in Mandarin and English, and it has a lot of information here that's easy to see, big and written out well. It's in black and white. There also is a QR code, so you can get more information, so that's good. Warranty policy, etc. Now, looking further, and it's like, where's the screen protector? This is a nice big screen, a 7-inch IPS screen. And as we look underneath, there's nothing else under there. So a little disappointed that there was no screen protector. Now there is a protective case that's supposed to come later with it. They wanted to get the handheld shipped out, so we do have that. But let's put the box back and let's get the handheld out and take a look at it. Did you just get that new Nintendo Switch too? But it only comes with Joy-Cons, and you want something that's better for your Mario Kart. Well, how about this? This is the Gulikit Elves Pro 2 in the Sega Saturn style. It also comes in a black style. Now we have the retro style here, and again, we want to thank AliExpress, and they're having a huge mega sale, their 6/18 sale coming up. So make sure you hit my description and look for the links and codes to my page so you can save on items like this and many more. I have some exclusive deals down there. But this controller is pretty amazing. I love the case that it comes in, and you can see it's easy to store and it's nicely presented. This thing has really nice sticks. These sticks are great. We know that Gulikit makes some of the best sticks for analog, so no problem there. I also love this D-pad. Oh my gosh, it's great. With big, large buttons. And yes, this does work for the Nintendo Switch straight out of the box. So again, make sure you hit the codes and check out the full AliExpress mega sale going on for 6/18. We'll have a lot more coverage on some of this stuff and other items you can buy in the future. Anyways, back to the show. Now, taking the handheld out, my very first thoughts were, wow, this thing is thin and light. And as you can see here, it is a long, thin handheld. When we compare it to something like the Portal, which I was previously using for my streaming needs, as well as pretty much everything else, you can see, as I show them side by side here, you can just see how much thinner this is than the Portal. And yet, the other thing is the shape. The shape that they have on the back here is a shape that is very, very nice. It works really well with my hands. Now, everybody has different hands, different sizes, and you may pick it up and you may think that, Dead Fred, you're crazy. This doesn't feel good to hold. I'm just telling you from up, and you may think that, Dead Fred, you're crazy. This doesn't feel good to hold. I'm just telling you from me, it feels really good to hold. It's about 420 grams. It is a huge 7-inch IPS screen. Let's test the buttons, and yes, nice buttons. They're polished. You can tell that they're made really nice. They feel really good, and they have good actuation. They're also independent. Moving on to the sticks, this has also been upgraded, I've been told. Like I said, I've never used the original, but these sticks are really nice. They remind me of the most recent Hall-based sticks we've seen. I don't think they're the newer TMR type sticks, but regardless, they feel good. They have a good range of motion. And because you're going to stream on this, you want to have bigger sticks. They're a little bit smaller. I wish they were just a tiny bit bigger to have the full size. I think that can be a legitimate complaint here, but they're a good enough size for me. I don't have the biggest hands, but for some of you, these may feel a little small, but I like them. They're clicky. They feel good. They have a good range of motion. They feel really nice. The D-pad is equally good. It's a good D-pad with lots of pivot. I didn't have any issues with the D-pad. It feels really good. Looking at the rest of the handheld here, we have 4 buttons. We have a home button, then we have a start and select button, and then we have a extra button on there. On the top, we have our volume and our power button, which are very thin, and the triggers. Now, these triggers are interesting. The top trigger is super thin, again, going with this thinness. We do have stacked triggers. They're not inline, and yet these things are very, very thin, and they keep with the overall profile while hanging on to that ergonomic grip around the sides. I find this to be really good. It's a little surprising. I got to admit, I'm surprised that I like this as much as I am just from holding it, because it's just really nice and comfortable to hold. The triggers are analog. They're really good, and they feel great. Nothing much on the back, some branding. We have some nice little texture here to grip with. Again, it doesn't weigh a lot. It's a nice, huge screen. It feels comfortable to hold. It feels really well made. It's good plastic. It's a little bit transparent. And we do have a we have a headphone hole, a USB-C, and a SD card slot on the bottom. But let's talk about booting this up and what it can do. Fred here. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to take a moment and share with you this awesome cover for our Miyoo Flip. Have you tried the Miyoo Flip? Now, some of you are getting broken hinges, but for those of you who are not, like me, I've had 3 of these and none of them have broke. This is a silicone cover that just really makes you better. It adds a little lanyard. It's really awesome. It was sent to us by our friends at AliExpress. I wanted to just kind of show this off. You can use my coupon codes in the description to save more, but this is a nice little thing you can add to your Miyoo Flip. Hopefully the manufacturing will get better. Again, I've had 3 of these with no issues, but I've seen that some of you all have had issues, so yeah, it's a real thing. But if you get a good one, hey, you might want to check out this silicone cover, which I think adds a lot of value to your Miyoo Flip. Anyways, guys, as always, thanks for checking out the channel. Back to the show. Okay, so let's start with booting this thing up. This is built on Android, and it has been customized for the primary purpose of handheld gaming and specifically streaming. So when you first boot it up, you're going to be greeted with some standard Android stuff, but you're also going to get some of the stuff that the company has built in to help make this experience more streamlined. Now, I never used the G Cloud. I've never used their original one, so I'm not sure, but I'm told that this software has improved. Now, you can go in like any Android and you can change the home and go to Quick Step if you want, or add other launchers. But going through their default setup, I want to talk about the streaming experience. I found the streaming experience through Steamlink, pardon me, to be pretty good. Now, I didn't really set up Moonlight or Apollo or the other versions of those, but the testing through the GeForce Now, the Xbox, and the Steamlink, as you can see here as I show some footage of gameplay, was good. It was solid. I was able to use my X7900 ATI powered Radeon, whatever it's called, in my PC that's high powered to stream and play some games, including, actually, I got RetroArch running through it, although the RetroArch Steam version is a little bit limited for my likes. But I was very happy with it to stream my games, and it was streamed from Steam. Man, that's a mouthful. But I was very happy with it, and it worked very well. I haven't been huge on this aspect, so this review is not really going to be the best one to go for the experience of that, the testing. Go check out Retro Tech Dad and Rob when he had his early look at what he saw, and I'm sure you'll see some other reviews on it. But this has a new Genio, not Helio, Genio 510 CPU, new to emulation. So I was really excited to kind of try this out. And in my testing, I was able to get, surprise, I was able to get the secret console to actually boot and actually run at 60 frames per second on some of the lower end games. Celeste, for instance, was able to play. Now, this is not going to be for secret console. Don't get this thinking you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be highly disappointed. I just wanted to show that the CPU is actually capable, and if emulation can improve and they can do some more tricks, maybe in the future this might play a little more of the catalog. But besides that, that gives good credence to the experience you're going to get on this for GameCube and PS2. As we look through some footage here, I had a really good experience with both PS2 and GameCube. Very surprising here. I was able to get a majority of the catalog to play very well, all of it at 1x, some of it at 2x. Now, something like Jack 3 still struggles. We even have Jack 3 struggling on the Odin portal. So it's not the processor necessarily, it's more the software development, but I saw there's some new PS2 software coming, so hopefully soon we'll have some better experiences out there. But yeah, I got GameCube. It looks beautiful. I got PS2 running on this, the full RetroArch, everything below it. This is a beautiful screen. Now let's talk about this screen for a second, because this screen is gorgeous. Now, it's not OLED, and it's only 1080p, but my God, it looks great. It really surprised me how good the screen looks. And that's important because if you're going to stream, you're going to come from your computer where you could sit down at maybe a really high resolution 1440p or higher 4K screen. You want to have something that's going to mimic that a little bit. Now, the PPI on here is fairly good and high. It looks great. The color saturation is awesome. The image is crisp, and it is just a beautiful screen. I also like that it has sort of rounded corners on the tablet. I don't know where they source this, if this is a custom screen for them, or if it comes from a phone like most of them, but it's a nice, beautiful screen. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the speakers. The speakers are amazing. They're really good. I was really impressed with the speakers on this. It gives a nice little booming sound. It sounds even. I think they're firing from, well, actually, I'm not sure where they're firing from because they're firing from the bottom, I guess. They're bottom firing speakers. No, they're front firing. I see it. They're front firing speakers. So they are firing from the front here, and they just sound great, guys. I mean, I was just really impressed with how good this thing sounds. So let's summarize the experience I've had with this. This is a nice, weighted, thin, well-made, beautiful screen, beautiful speakers, handheld at $230 that can do a whole lot of what the Retroid Pocket 5 can do. Now, it can't do everything. The Retroid Pocket 5 is still superior. It's going to play more Secret Console. It's going to play better overall PS2 and GameCube, but you're getting a 7-inch screen. And as far as the streaming experience, you're going to get software built specifically to help support that. So I don't know, guys. I really am surprised at how much I like this. I'm going to do some more testing, and we'll do a follow-up review on this in a month or two just to see if I still feel that way and it's not the newness. But so far, I like it. I like it quite a bit. It's thin. It feels great to hold. It doesn't heat up. I never felt it get hot. And this Genio 510, hey, let's see this in some other handhelds, guys. Come on, let's target $160. Let's see if we can get like a 4.5 to 5-inch $160 handheld out there, something to compete with the RP4 Pro. Although the D1100 again is also going to be way better than this overall. So bright future here. We've been looking for the next T618. Maybe it's the 510 here. I don't know. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about this unboxing and first impression look and a review. Again, you can order this now. It's on their store. It is a young company. They're going to announce a handheld PC soon. Excited to see what that's going to be like. Anyways, remember to hug your loved ones and love your hugged ones because tomorrow is never promised. We'll see you next time, Deadheads. Dead Fred out.